Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 probably remains the greatest aviation mystery in history.
More than a decade ago, a flight departed from Malaysia en route to Beijing, China. Unfortunately, the journey was tragically cut short, as the aircraft is believed to have crashed into the sea, resulting in the loss of all passengers and crew. Despite extensive search efforts, the wreckage of the plane has not been found. However, a peculiar development has emerged. Researchers are receiving signals that are believed to originate from the ill-fated aircraft. The nature of these signals and the reasons behind them are causing concern among the researchers. Stay tuned as we delve into the unsettling revelation that Malaysian Flight 370 has emitted a distressing signal, challenging our understanding of the tragedy. March 8, 2014. Marked one of the darkest days in aviation history, as Malaysian Flight 370 vanished without a trace, taking with it the lives of all passengers and crew. The aircraft, a Boeing 777-200ER, was scheduled for a routine flight from Kuala Lumpur International Airport to Beijing Capital International Airport, a journey of less than 7 hours. Among the 239 individuals on board were passengers from 15 different countries, along with 12 crew members. The flight took off at 41 minutes past midnight local time and was expected to arrive in China around 6:30 in the morning local time. The experienced pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, was assisted by First Officer Fariq Abdul Hamid. Initially, the flight proceeded without incident, maintaining communication with Malaysian Air Traffic Control.
370, we are ready, requesting flight number 340 to Beijing. 370, 32 right of takeoff.
However, less than an hour after takeoff, the last exchange between the cockpit and air traffic control occurred. Although the content of this exchange remains unclear, it was a routine communication related to handing over control to Chinese air traffic control. Shortly after this communication, the aircraft's transponder ceased functioning, making it challenging to track via conventional radar. Despite attempts to locate it using military radar, the aircraft disappeared from radar detection. Its last known position was west of the Malay Peninsula, deviating significantly from its intended route to Beijing, raising concerns among air traffic controllers. It became evident that something was amiss with Flight 370. Meanwhile, utilizing data from an alternative source, investigators managed to piece together segments of the plane's trajectory after losing radar contact. Through information provided by an Inmarsat satellite, it became apparent that the aircraft remained airborne for several hours, estimated to be around 7.5 hours. Analysis of handshakes or automatic communications between the aircraft and the satellite led investigators to conclude that MH370 veered southward into the Indian Ocean, a stark deviation from its intended northeasterly route. The ensuing search for MH370 marked the most extensive and technologically advanced operation in aviation history. Given the vast and challenging nature of the search area, coupled with the scarcity of tangible evidence, the endeavor necessitated international collaboration involving Malaysia, Australia, China, and various other nations. Initially, the search concentrated on the region between Malaysia and Vietnam, encompassing the South China Sea and the Malacca Strait, where the aircraft was last spotted. This phase involved the deployment of numerous ships and aircraft, generously loaned by countries such as the US, China, and Japan. However, as additional data surfaced from ongoing investigations, the focus of the search shifted far from the initial area. Subsequent data indicated that the aircraft had likely taken a southern trajectory into the Indian Ocean, prompting a redirection of the search effort. Australia assumed leadership of the operation, directing resources to areas southwest of Perth in the desolate southern Indian Ocean. The strategy involved deploying advanced equipment, including the Bluefin 21, an autonomous underwater vehicle equipped with high-definition cameras capable of mapping the ocean floor at depths of up to 6,000 meters. Additionally, a towed pinger locator was utilized to detect signals emitted by aircraft black boxes. At this juncture, the search area spanned 120,000 square kilometers, meticulously determined through refined analysis of satellite data and projections of the aircraft's flight path based on its speed and fuel consumption. This exhaustive search represented a formidable challenge, requiring significant perseverance and technological prowess. During this phase of the operation, challenges arose due to the vast expanses being explored and the daunting oceanic depths with rugged terrain on the seabed. Hidden beneath the dark depths lay massive mountain ranges and deep trenches, which became the focus of the search efforts. Ocean Infinity, a US-based marine robotics company, stepped in to lead this endeavor, agreeing to conduct the search on a no-find, no-fee basis. At its peak, Ocean Infinity deployed 8 autonomous underwater vehicles simultaneously, equipped with advanced sonar technology to scan some of the deepest parts of the ocean. Despite these concerted efforts, MH370 remained elusive. As time passed without any breakthrough, the authorities faced the agonizing decision to officially terminate the search on January 17, 2017, nearly 3 years after the plane vanished. The lack of evidence or any trace of the aircraft left the families and friends of the passengers in limbo, grappling with uncertainty about the fate of their loved ones. From the outset, the families and friends embarked on an emotional roller coaster, seeking information and solace amidst the chaos. Many congregated at both Kuala Lumpur and Beijing airports, hungry for any updates on the fate of their dear ones. However, communication from Malaysian officials, including those from Malaysian Airlines and the government, was initially disjointed and inconsistent, exacerbating their anguish. As days turned into weeks and months, frustration mounted over the perceived lack of transparency in communication. Malaysian Airlines endeavored to support the families by setting up assistance centers and providing transportation and accommodation for those needing to travel to Kuala Lumpur. However, communication hurdles were compounded by the diverse nationalities of the passengers, necessitating coordination through embassies and foreign ministries. The 10th anniversary of the tragedy was marked by a remembrance event in Subang Jaya, yet questions lingered. What exactly befell Flight MH370? Could an entire aircraft simply vanish? Numerous witnesses, including fishermen and oil rig workers, claimed to have spotted the plane near its last known location. Among them were fishermen operating near the Malaysia-Thailand border, who reported seeing a plane flying perilously low over the South China Sea around the time air traffic controllers lost contact with the flight. Indeed, the fishermen were not the sole witnesses that fateful night. Accompanied by others on a nighttime excursion off the coast of Kota Baru, there were multiple observers to the unusual events. Among them was Azid Ibrahim, a fisherman who recounted his experience vividly. "I was fishing when I saw the plane," he recalled. "It looked strange, flying low. Normally it flies at 35,000 feet, but that night it touched the clouds. I thought the pilot must be crazy. It was really low. I saw the lights. They looked like the size of a coconut." Taking prompt action, the fishermen filed a police report detailing their sighting, though whether their accounts were immediately accepted remains uncertain. Another witness, an oil rig worker stationed off the coast of Vietnam, reported a separate sighting hours after MH370's departure. This witness, Mike McKay, a New Zealander working on the Sona Mercure oil rig, described seeing an object engulfed in flames. In an email sent to a newspaper, McKay expressed his belief that he had witnessed the Malaysian Airlines flight go down. "I observed the plane burning at high altitude," he wrote, providing precise details of the event. The Vietnamese government swiftly responded to McKay's report, dispatching aircraft to search the designated area. Despite these efforts, the search yielded no results, prompting the continuation of the investigation. Additional witnesses emerged from a remote Maldives island, where residents reported sighting a low-flying jumbo jet on the morning of the plane's disappearance. Their accounts, published on the island's newspaper website, matched the appearance of a Boeing aircraft. Describing the ordeal, one witness expressed astonishment at the jet flying so close over their island, dismissing the possibility of it being a seaplane. "I've never seen a jet flying so low over our island before," the witness recounted. "We've seen seaplanes, but I'm sure that this was not one of those. I could even make out the doors on the plane clearly." Indeed, the witness accounts of the plane's sightings were not confined to a single incident. Numerous residents reported witnessing the same phenomena, with some even venturing outside their homes to investigate the source of the commotion. Despite multiple corroborating reports, Malaysian authorities dismissed these accounts, adding to the confusion and frustration surrounding the investigation. Complicating matters further, both the Maldives Coast Guard and the Maldives Ministry of Defense and National Security denied the reported sighting, further undermining the credibility of the witnesses. Additionally, a group of fishermen from the Indonesian side of the Strait of Malacca claimed to have observed the plane crash into the waters. This testimony, if substantiated, could have potentially expedited the search efforts. However, their account faced scrutiny due to the timing of the sighting, which occurred more than 24 hours after MH370's departure from Kuala Lumpur. Furthermore, the Indonesian Army stated that the plane did not register on their radar, casting doubt on the accuracy of the fishermen's claims. Despite the official cessation of the search, independent investigators continue to pursue leads in the quest to locate the missing aircraft. Ian Wilson, a UK-based tech expert, claims to have pinpointed the plane's location using Google Earth, alleging that it rests within a Cambodian jungle. Wilson described his meticulous search efforts on the platform, noting the dense vegetation obscuring the aircraft's wreckage. However, further verification is required to confirm the validity of Wilson's findings. The ongoing search for MH370 has spurred various independent investigations, each offering its own hypotheses and findings. One such report, spanning 229 pages, suggests that the wreckage may lie over 1,500 meters west of Perth, Australia. This conclusion was reached through the utilization of weak signal propagation reporter, WSPR technology, which tracked the plane's flight trajectory for over 6 hours. The researchers assert that their findings are consistent with analyses conducted by Boeing and the University of Western Australia's drift analysis. While eyewitness testimonies can sometimes be met with skepticism, the discovery of debris from the presumed crash site provides tangible evidence. The first major breakthrough came in July 2015 when a flaperon, a part of the aircraft's wings, washed ashore on Reunion Island, a French territory east of Madagascar. This piece, adorned with barnacles and crustaceans indicative of prolonged immersion in water, was confirmed by French aeronautical investigators to originate from a Boeing 777. Subsequent discoveries further corroborated the plane's fate. In Mozambique, an American investigator found the flaperon bracket, while a horizontal stabilizer panel surfaced nearby in 2016. These pieces, along with others recovered from locations including Rodriguez Island, Tanzania, South Africa, and Madagascar, underwent rigorous testing and were conclusively linked to MH370. The distribution of these debris pieces has enabled researchers to refine their drift analysis, providing invaluable insights into the aircraft's final moments. Notably, the largest fragment, an outboard flap found on Pemba Island, indicated that the flaps were deployed upon impact, offering crucial clues about the circumstances surrounding the crash.